Very good day to all. I'm K.Bakiyaraj, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of MBA at Dr. S.N.S. Rajarakshmi College of Arts and Science. So last previous session we were discussed about the minimum introduction to Minimum Wage Act according to 1948. So this session we are going to discuss about what are the modes of payment under the Minimum Wage Act according to 1948. So there are the different modes to pay the minimum wage to the concerned workers. What are the certain payments to be agreed or to be eligible to give the permission for the Minimum Wage Act according to 1948. The first payment is payment by in cash. So cash is the most common mode of the wage payment. Employers are required to pay the wages in cash unless there is a specific authorization from the government allowing an alternate form of the payment. Point number 2, the cash payment should be made in full without any unnecessary of the delays or deductions except those legally permitted under the act. Example, deductions, the provident funds or the taxes. And payment number 2, the payment through bank transfer. The government encourages payment of the wages through bank transfers directly credit to the employee's bank account to ensure transparency and to reduce dispute related to incorrect payments. Many employers opt this method is most secure and traceable part. So as revised payment structures, most companies are implementing this kind of the payment, that is a payment through directly there to their bank transfers. This is a very major proof to be kept by the company. That is a payment through via bank transfer mode. Third payment is payment through check mode. So check or the another mode of the payment permitted under this act. However, this method is generally used when both parties, that is employer and the employee, is agreed upon whether they are being mutually okay with this mode. They can accept by check method. And check payment are often used in situations where bank transfer not possible or through they are less common due to the concerns about the delay or the clearance. The company can get permitted through payment through via mode and by through check mode. So these are some few mode of the payment of the minimum wages. So what are the time, and this slide shows about what are the times and conditions of the payment under the Minimum Wage Act 1948. So what is the first one is the Minimum Wage Act 1948 ensures that workers receive the wage on time and under the fair conditions. The Act laid down specific guidelines for when and how the wages should be paid, aiming to protect the workers from delay or unfair practices. The second point number 2, for employment in any establishment with fewer than the 1,000 workers, the wages should be paid before expiry of 7th day after the last day of the wage period. The wage period is typically by monthly payments. And point number 2, for employees in establishment with 1,000 or more workers, any wages should be paid before the expiry on 10th day after the last day of the wage periods. So there is 2 conditions to be given for the workers, that is for the management. One is if it is minimum fewer than the lesser than the 1,000, the company should take initiative to pay the wage before the 7th day of the month in particular month. Or if in the second case, if the workers is employed more than the 1,000 workers, 1,000 or the more workers, and they should pay before the 10th day of the every month. So this is the time payment to be given for every concerned workers. So what are the conditions of the payment? One is the regular payment. So what does it mean by the regular payment? So wages should be paid only on the regular basis at the designated interval. Either it may be and 4 type of period. Either it may be the daily or with the weekly, or the third one is the fortnightly or the monthly, or be based upon as agreed upon the conditions is supposed to be as in regular payment. And the second condition is no authorized deductions. So what does it mean by then? What does it mean by the term the unauthorized deductions? So employer employer is not allowed to make arbitrary deductions from the wages. Only deductions authorized by the law, such as those provident fund contribution, taxes, or any such penalties under certain conditions, are to be permitted. So only three deductions may be permitted. One is for the provident fund contributions, contribution by the employee, and second one is about the tax payment, and the any such penalties and the conditions that is to be probably intimated to the concerned workers. So these are the some few conditions of the payments. And payment number 3, payment during the working hours. Every employers are required to pay the wages during the working hours or immediately after the work period to be completed. So payment made is inconvenient times, such as the late at night, or long after the working day, may not be allowed, or might cause the difficulties for the workers. And the fourth point, number 4, is no payment is as such a kind, in such a part as a kind. So define what do you mean by the term as a kind. As per the Act, wage must be paid only by cash or credit to the bank account. Payment is in a kind. Such good and services is not be permitted unless specifically authorized by the government in unexceptional such a cases. Thank you so much for this session. Thank you.